It's hard to consistently show up for yourself, but you know what's harder? Waking up 5 months from now with the same great ideas, the same digital products sitting in your drafts, and no content library because you weren't ready yet. Especially since YouTube is raising the requirements to become a content creator on their platform. Now, I'm not saying this from a place of having it all figured out. I'm saying this from day 50 of my exit plan. And that is where I've posted consistently every day. And I've done that with the help of AI, but not every post was perfect. Not every post went viral. The most viral one is me and my dog. Everybody loves Charlie. Oh, he's leaving. But that's all because I decided that I was done leaving things in my mind. Like, an idea is only an idea unless you execute it. And a lot of times we get stuck in overthinking the next step. So we're going to change that today. Because again, YouTube is raising the bar for creators that want full monetization in February 2027. So right now you need 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours within a year, but next year is going to double to 8,000. Same thing for shorts, 10 million views within 90 days versus 20 million next year within 90 days. So we got to get on our Zoom. So since the exit plan is 90 days, I'm going to dedicate the next 30 days to focus on building my content library for YouTube. So introducing Show Up and Ship, 30 days to stop planning and start posting on YouTube. Now, this is not saying that I'm going to get monetized in 30 days. I can't promise that. But this is me putting in the effort to show up for myself every day and do this for YouTube. Now, granted, I've already been posting on the shorts, but I need to start focusing on long form because it's not that hard. It's just getting into the habit of creating and setting up for longer form content and then having that content system in place to continuously do it. So what I'm saying is, if YouTube is making that bar harder to reach, this is your sign to stop treating content like it's something that you can catch up on later. And no, platform monetization is not the only form of monetization. You also have audience monetization. That's where people can find you, understand what you can help with, trust your perspective, and then decide if they want to purchase from you or not. And that can look like them downloading a freebie from you, joining your community, purchasing a service from you, or a digital product. And let me be clear, content is not extra when it comes to digital businesses, but essential. Believe it or not, content is how people find out about your product. You can't build a product, just post it and expect people to flock, because it doesn't work like that. And most of the time when it comes to posting content is because you probably have an idea but don't know how to execute it, or you executed it and don't have an actual rhythm. You didn't post it, it's still in your drafts. It's common. You just need to learn how to follow through. So that's what this next 30 days is going to be with the Show Up and Ship. Before you make content your goal for the next 30 days, there are 3 decisions that I want you to make right now. Number 1, when are you posting? What day and what time are you going to stick to posting consistently? If you have it up in the air, like, oh, I'm gonna post when I have time, or I'm gonna post when I'm not tired, or when I have motivation, it's never gonna work out. It's never going to work out because there's always gonna be days where you don't feel like doing things. But when you have a system in place, when you have a time and a day, it's a lot easier to stick to that. Now, I won't say it's 100% easier, but it's a lot easier than having nothing in place. So if that's one YouTube video every Wednesday at 6 p.m., that's a lot better than you trying to do something ambitious and then you don't stick to it and it fails by week 1. Number 2, what problem are you solving? Now, you can't make intentional content if you talk about everything, unless you're a lifestyle creator, which is a little bit different, because if you're a lifestyle creator, you are most likely not selling your own digital product. You may be doing affiliate marketing or referrals or brand deals, but for every other niche, what is the problem that your audience is already thinking about, searching, or struggling with? And third, who is the person that you're helping? Now, you can think of this as a target audience, but I want you to focus in on one specific type of person. Is that the stay-at-home mom that wants to create digital products but feels overwhelmed? Is that the student that wants to learn financial literacy? Or is it the business owner that wants to create content but keeps disappearing because they don't like being on camera? When you know your posting rhythm, the person that you're solving the problem for, and the problem that you're solving, it's a little bit easier to get into a content rhythm. Now, let me show you a couple of numbers from the last 50 days of me posting consistently at least once a day. So these are what my numbers look like when I first started this challenge. These are what they look like now. Now, not a major jump, but they have definitely increased, especially Facebook. I started that fresh. This is where my views started versus my current views. And honestly, not every piece of content performed in the way I wanted to, because some days, yes, I had to just scramble to put something together, but I do have something that's worth a lot of value, and that's data. I can see what people are clicking on. I can see what type of questions they're asking. I can see what topics keep coming up, as well as where I need to improve my hooks, my thumbnails, my titles, and all that. And that's what consistent posting gives you. It gives the platforms something to work with, but also gives you data to perform from. Now, 50 days is in no way enough data, not saying that I've reached my goals, but it is enough to show me that doing something consistently shows you results. Because some posts may get 2 likes, some posts may get 200,000 likes, but you never know until you actually post. So I'm gonna make 3 public commitments for the next 30 days in order to try to monetize this YouTube channel. Commitment number 1, I am committing to posting 2 long form videos every week, plus 1 short form every day. Yes, sounds like a lot, but I'm already posting daily on TikTok and Instagram. It is not hard to do the same on YouTube. But this means, of course, I'm gonna need some type of content system specifically for YouTube, so I don't spend all day brainstorming on what type of video I want, the structure of the video, the title, the thumbnail. Like, the packaging matters on YouTube. So we need to have some type of system to make sure all of that can flow well until we figure out our specific style of content. So the days that I am going to stick to are Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday, 5 p.m., Saturday, 6 p.m. I am going to look into my analytics a little bit more though before I make a complete decision on the date and time, so that I can see what YouTube already has as far as data when it comes to my long form content. Commitment number 2 is making 20 sales. This means I have to make intentional invitations. Again, if you have a product and you're not talking about it, or if you're not doing a call to action, how's anybody gonna know? The sales are not just about the money. This is also about being intentional. This is showing you, hey, if I make a piece of content, what is the through line? This kind of forces you to think about your content in a whole. What am I talking about in a specific video? What are we helping them with? What are we leading them to? So ultimately, this is just letting people know what you offer and then creating content that leads them to that step instead of hoping that they figure out what that next step is. And commitment number 3 is, before I post, figuring out what job this content has. So you can think about it as a content pillar. It'll be one of 3 things: education, evidence, or invitation. Education will help my specific target audience understand something useful. Invitation is inviting them to the next step. And evidence is showing them, hey, this actually works. So this is about being intentional with your content and not posting just to post. I feel like intention has been like the theme of this whole thing. I personally just want to create content that connects to the problem that I solve, the person that I help, and the product or next step that I want to lead them to. And I know I am not the only one that needs this type of structure. Like, I talk to so many people via TikTok DMs, and everyone has a problem with structure. Everybody has a problem with execution. A lot of people have problems taking their idea to product. You probably already have a product idea in your notes app. You've probably been saying for months that you're going to start your YouTube. You probably already have a YouTube channel. And every time you sit down to create, it just feels bigger than it needs to be. So this is why I'm also going to take Show Up and Ship and create a space for anyone that wants to join. I am reopening my Billion Heir Members Club, and I just want to be able to connect with people that are on the same journey of monetizing their YouTube and just being consistent in creating content and trying to help people with a problem that they're solving for them. This won't be a challenge where I'm forcing you to post every day, because no, that's not realistic for everybody, especially if it's long form. But just as we talked about those 3 things earlier that you should have written down: the time that you're going to post, the person that you're helping, and the problem that you're solving, we're going to do the same in that community. You're going to choose your own realistic posting schedule, 3 observable goals, and a daily action prompt that's going to help you with your content or even pushing your product closer to your audience. And that's even on days that you're not posting. One day that might be writing 3 hooks. Another day may be choosing the problem that your next video solves, or studying another creator's thumbnail, improving your call to action, organizing your ideas, or asking for feedback before you post. The goal isn't to become a content machine, but figuring out what works for you and then putting systems into place that's going to help you be intentional and consistent. Now, if you're still watching this video, I want to show you something cool. This is a content dashboard that I created, and this is going to be available to the first founding members of this Billion Heir Members Club, because I want you to be able to see your own progress. A lot of the times we stop because we feel like we're not making any progress at all, when really we just need to see it in front of our faces. So for every founding member, you're going to get this dashboard prompt for free, and inside the community, I'm going to show you how to build it out. Now, you will need something like ChatGPT or Claude to build this out, but we're going to build it as an artifact or HTML, but you don't need to know how to code, okay? But this command center will help you keep your content ideas, your brand deals, your analytics, all of that in one place. So instead of bouncing between notes, screenshots, spreadsheets, and millions of tabs, you now have one place to look at: what are you creating, what did you ship, what's working, and what are you doing next? So if you're tired of being almost ready, almost posting, almost launching, then come join me. The first link in my description is going to take you to the Billion Heir Members Club sign-up page. $7 a month for founding members. Low cost and easy, but the hardest part is showing up, okay? So when you get inside, your first step is simple. What problem are you solving? What days are you showing up? Who are you helping? And making your 3 30-day commitments visible. Again, today is day 50 of my exit plan and I've made it this far, and we're not waiting for the perfect plan to move anymore. So let's show up, let's ship, and let's build the type of business, content, and consistency that bring our ideas to life. I'll see you inside. Okay, bye.